Good news! Nobody likes my channel. I figured out on the dashboard thing, the analytics, because I love that knowledge stuff. Nobody likes it. Little interest at first, and then everybody who came was like, oh no, 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 and left really soon. And you may think that's the wrong attitude to have, and I can understand why that would not be a good thing for YouTube even, because YouTube makes money off of this. They do. They put the ads in, and everything works with money. I'm sorry. That's how the world goes round. Money. You follow the money. But I am uncomfortable being in positions of prominence. And I say that to you after 64 years of being a human being, 25 of which were as a nurse. I can't even remember for how long it's been since I've been a singer. And I have won, the most money I ever won singing was $2,500, and a scholarship to a community college, which paid for my nursing certificate, because I'm a licensed practical nurse. Registered nurses get degrees, and I had the word in my head, but it's gone. Practical nurses get certificates. So it's a year less of education. And anyway, I have been in positions of leadership as well. When you work in a nursing home, like on the night shift, there's always an RN available by phone or by in person, because an LPN must be supervised by an RN. I became an LPN back when LPNs were allowed to do much more depending on them and their skill set. And I've done a lot of genealogy and been a leader in a large genealogy group, which I promptly turned to hell, I believe, because I'm just, you know, if you're going to make rules, you got to follow them. Everybody's got to follow them. That's the thing. You know, people are complaining because this rule or that rule is okay for some and not for others. And I say that is wrong. Because you're going to give me a rule. You're going to post it so everybody knows it's a rule. Then somebody's going to come and want to break that rule, and they need my permission to do it. And I'm not going to give them permission to do it, no matter that the consequence, one of the consequences is, everyone hates me. That's not a small one, but the even bigger one is I get pulled into the administrator's office, and they say, why didn't you let this person break this rule? And I say, because if something had happened, and that person was injured in some way, I would still be in this office, but we would be having a totally different conversation, and my nursing license would be at stake for not following administration's rules. So you need to write me a list of the rules you think I can break. And that just doesn't make sense, does it? That's not the way the world is supposed to work. But it seems to be the way the world is working now. And I have to laugh. I'm sorry. I have to laugh at people like at people who are so mad about the government and how much power the government has. But then when it's shown that the government is favoring corporations, which are making it so that they have all the money and their workers don't even have enough money to purchase their quality goods without their employee discount. But just Joe Blow off the street can't afford them because they're taking too much in salary for the top executives, and they're taking too much money for the shareholders. Now, unless those shareholders are workers, like Parker did for Bruce, but even then, I gotta tell you, he was smart to take his money out of Parker stock and diversify it before he retired. Because they will screw you if they can. They will lower the price of their stock somehow, some way, so that when it's converted into your retirement, it's less than what it looked like. Money. The love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money. And that brings me to another thing I was thinking of, about tools. Because money is a tool. You put it in your toolbox and you use it. You don't let it use you. You don't let it define how rich or how poor you are. That's not the way that money should work. You use it as a tool. I need this much in order to have this life. And I have this much coming in. So these two things have to match. It's a tool. If there's any left over, yay! We get to stream for a month. But there's also yesterday where I was able to see that just having a tool in your toolbox is not enough. Because you're like, oh, look at my beautiful tools. Yes, I have all of these tools for this, this, and this. And then not use them. Hello? It's like, well, yeah, there's this tool, but I'm not sure. Which way does it turn? How do I connect it? You got to know how to do that when it's in your toolbox. Before you put it in that toolbox, you figure out how to use it. Because that would have saved me much dissension, divisiveness, confliction, contention, just all the negative energy in the world. It would have saved me. I kept in my head hearing that God Turn It Around song, reminding myself that I wasn't reminding myself of nothing. I was singing that song in my head to drown out his words. And I snapped. Excuse me, at one point I snapped. And it did not go well. But he did say that I'm getting everything my way. Everything my way. Which, yeah, Bruce, it's one of the parting gifts of dying. And I'm not abusing it. I'm not asking you to do my laundry. Oh, please. But I need the time. I need the time to save the money to get the deposit to get in the house. Because we're going to be eating, sitting on the sides of our beds. I do. I have 2 TV trays. We got dinner covered. Meals are taken care of, but we don't have dishes. Gonna have to do dishes, buy dishes, pots and pans. laundry soap, dish soap, hand soap, toilet paper. And that takes money, and I can save it. $500 goes a really long way at the Dollar Tree and at Goodwill, Salvation Army. I know how to start all over again. I've done it enough times. And it usually starts with me living in my bedroom and my office, because I always have a desk. And if I have the two bedrooms wherever I am, one of them is the office. So I got a bed in the office, a desk and a chair. Oh, my favorite house was that one in Gadsden, there on the corner that they tore down to put in Walmart. Broke my heart. Broke my heart that's when all that crap happened. I lost my job. Oh, where did you go? Where did you go? I screwed that job in the ass. Pardon me. I screwed that up. And that was on me. And that was pride and ego. Look at my wonderful website. Oh yes, here's my journal. Go ahead, read what I really think about you. Yeah, anyway. But that house was 2 bedrooms. It had a white kitchen. You walked in the side door into the white kitchen cupboards, a really beautiful window over the sink, and then there was a little dividing thing, little partition, half wall. It came up, and then on the other side was a half wall into the living room, so that little area was the dining room. The living room had a fireplace, a gas fireplace. Expensive as hell. I had my furniture that I bought when I finally got my $13,000 divorce settlement. I even had a washer and dryer in there, but I can't remember where the washer and dryer was. I can't remember that. You know, a washer and dryer is central to my life. I would rather have a washer and dryer than a refrigerator. Well, let's say a stove. So anyway, learning to use the tools that are in your toolbox. That's a lovely tool. How do you work it? I don't know. Because then it's not helpful at all. So that was something I learned yesterday that was quite interesting. You know, I don't want to be internet famous. I have been internet famous. I have been internet famous in the most vile way. Well, for lying to people. At one time, I was the Donald Trump of AOL. And everybody hated me. But even those bad things that you experience and they're awful because of some flaw in your character that you have to acknowledge, because there it is. It teaches you something about being human. Because there ain't nobody perfect on earth. Nobody. Got to be constantly rooting that stuff, rooting through it. Like a pig looking for truffles. I've never had a truffle. I wonder what they taste like. They're a fungus. I would like to smell a real truffle. But they're expensive, so it won't happen. Who's going to buy a truffle in Howard City, Michigan, or Lakeview, Michigan, or even Greenville, Michigan? Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids would have truffles. Interesting how my mind does wander. This is the second time today that I've been able to do this, or did I do it yesterday? I don't remember. Boomer moments. I uploaded that yesterday. But it doesn't matter, because nobody's watching it. Because the point of this is, there we go again. Positions of prominence. I don't care if no one watches this. I don't care. This is the successful cascading style sheets. The algebra that I was never able to pass. I have done this. I can do this. And to be honest with you, I don't care. Nobody watches me. I get to say what I want. Because there ain't a lot of people coming over. Well, one, it's the pandemic, and two, it's me. Maybe you watch long enough to understand why people don't want to be around me. I get it. I get it. I really do. Which makes it more sweet when someone does come around. Like Jason came around for a couple of minutes today. And I did get to hug him. You know, your kids are your kids, man. He's going to be 46 in September. He's going to be 46 in September. I don't know. I'm still just 18. In my head. That's all.